was the idea I was trying, and I'm still hoping to get a good picture to use for that idea. So the same way, much in the same way I did, let me pull them up for reference. Much in the same way I did the brain with the smoke here, and the heart made of ice. I was thinking of doing something with waves. The coolest idea I had is a hand that's kind of coming out of the water towards, not towards the camera, but towards the shore, you know? That's made of waves. That's a hard one to execute, so I really need to find good pictures, and I think this one is like too close to the ground to really, because I tried like this, my hand, pictures from my phone, really crappy setup, but just for reference I took some pictures, and I really need a picture similar to this, because this one is really nice, but like from a bit higher up. It's kind of hard, because you either get a drone picture that's like from like the top, like from super high up, or you get a surface level picture. So it's really hard. Yeah, actually, let's pull up some just for reference. So yeah, you either get like this and get a surface level picture, or you get like super high up. None of them really works for me, because I like somewhere in between there. That's my everyday battle. Oh, do you actually have drone shots? I mean, the ideal, I think, would be not too far up, like more or less like this angle where you're looking at the shore, but a bit higher up, so you can see, like, if a hand came up out of the water, you could see it like kind of pointing towards you. I don't know if it's a bit hard to explain, but something I could go with that idea. If you have anything, I'd be super stoked. Also, you're a badass that takes really high quality pictures, so let me see that, let me see. Yeah, are those yours? Oh yeah, I recognize, yeah, you have the, your stream intro. That seems like, yeah, that seems like really much easier to work with, to be honest. Let me actually pull it in here into our Photoshop document. I just downloaded it right off there, but just for reference. This one is really nice. I like the sunset right there. And I think it can work way better with, I mean, I just have this reference picture of a hand, which is not the same angle, although this one might work. But I would like something more, that's more reaching out, higher up. The time of day? Something pretty. I don't like, this one is really nice. I like sunsets. Sunsets are really nice to work with too, when if you're willing to draw some shadows. Another option, let me see. Let us see that. Because are those all yours? They're really nice pictures. I really like drone shots. I wish I had some equipment I could take good pictures, because I would use the hell out of that for reference for my own edits. Okay, sounds good. Oh, you got some really nice ones. I always appreciate a good drone shot, because I use that a lot on my own things. Like if you go to my own, like just this ones for instance, they're all require good drone shots. Or like plane or helicopter shots, so. So I always appreciate a good one. Oh, those are cool. Are they on screen? No. I love a good sea picture. Waves like that. Oh, this one. I think this one is probably the best one to work with, because you can have like a hand coming directly, like coming out of this wave and directly at you. I think this one could work the best. Costa Rica. Oh, that's nice. I'd love to go there. What the hell is this? Imgur. Oh god. Yeah, I really like this one. I think that's the best one. By the way, if I actually make an edit out of this, I'm happy to pay you as much as you feel like you deserve for that. We can talk about it. Because I usually go for free pictures, because I'm a cheap bastard, man. For you, I'm willing to do the effort. No, man, I'm happy to. Like, for real, they're good pictures, like, and it's an expense to actually have a drone and go to Costa Rica and all that shit. Prime sub, I don't know. Actually, I gotta continue. I'm already subbed to you. I think that already ran out. So next stream I'm on. Next time you stream and I'm on it, I'm gonna resub, obviously. Like, even if it's just for the upkeep of the Discord server. Okay, let's see that. PNG? Okay, big file. Hang on. It's downloading. Okay, let's pull it in here. It's probably pretty huge. I really like this one. Also, how big is it? Like, pixel-wise? Does it say down here? Oh yeah, here. It's really big. Perfect. I'm also probably gonna use some of the splashes for the actual hand texture. Those seem pretty useful. Just pull it up, straight up like that. Because before messing with all the colors, I need to block everything. This is cool. I like this. Now I just need some cool hand reference, and instead of going out and shooting it myself and interrupting the stream, let's see if Google has one, because I'm just gonna use it as reference, so I don't mind if it's like not licensed pictures. Well, I'm looking for Google. Hand reaching out, maybe. Let's see. Like this one, like a bit of an exaggerated motion. Or something more aggressive like this. I like the guy in the background. He really seems to be enjoying, like, really furious out there. Let's see. I think I like this one the best. It's a bit exaggerated. I think it's a good base. Just gonna copy that and paste it on here, and we'll use it as reference. I don't know how far I'll get on this one today, but we can at least start it so we can continue with it. We can finish it on the next stream. Let's see how far along we get. Hey, these fingers are too stretchy. Like this. Let's find another one too. Let's have a couple more references. Something more like this, maybe. Or like this. This is pretty good, because you can see the top of the fingers. And I think that fits more our perspective here. And the wave shape, you know? Just kind of what I'm trying to go for. Let's put this one on. Oh, I wasn't showing the browser on stream, sorry. This one I meant. Sometimes I forget to pull up the browser, because I have it on a different like source. Okay, something like this, removing this arm obviously. It's actually there we go. Real quick, do a cut here. There. Just for reference. I think this one can work the best, like just taking into account the angle of it. It reads well as a hand. I mean, obviously the lighting is completely different, but this is just, I just wanted like geometry to start working on, and then this hand will get removed obviously, and we'll just work on the lighting of the water hand, not the actual hand here. Me too, I want to see how this is gonna go. I have no idea. But this is what I like the most about doing this kind of compositing stuff. It's trying to find a nice challenge and try to find ways of executing that. So like, I'm thinking the palm here could be, you know, when you see the tube, the inside of the wave, that's all flat. So we could do that for the palm, and then for the fingers, do more like the top of the wave, more like this, more like foam, you know. I think that's what I'm trying to go for, and see how that looks. Okay, so let's have this as reference. Oh, let's get rid of this little guy in the back. Sorry, surfer guy. He just got eaten by the wave. Oh, need to go stronger on that. There we go. Shreddy McNair on Discord. Ask him. Let's see if what we can find. Because that's something you can like, that's not super hard to find generally. Because I've looked for waves other times, and like this seems like pretty good. Like, that's what I was thinking about for the palm, basically. Let's have a quick look. Let's try to find a few different textures, a few different things we can pull up. This one maybe? This one could be nice. Oh, this one could be cool for the palm too. It's a bit... So if we take... which one was the other one? Okay. If we take this one is pretty flat. That's nice. But this one has a bit more roughness, kind of like the lines of a hand. So this one might be better as a base, or a mix of these two. Let's get this one first. Not really big, 3000 pixels. Yeah, it's workable. And let's also pull up this one. Oh, this one is a bit bigger. So I can... I really like when the pictures are quite large pixel-wise. This one is 6000 by something. Because if you're trying to get textures from them, because then you can get, like, you can really get some nice little splashes like this, and to just cut those individually if we need to. Okay, let's see how we do this. So I'm thinking fitting this base to the base of the hand a bit. More or less fitting it to the shape of the palm a little. Maybe we can squish it just a tiny bit. It's not something you're really gonna notice if it's a little bit squished. And we're gonna get rid of... Well, first, before we start getting rid of the background, might do a little puppet warping. Because maybe I'm gonna try to fit this to the pinky finger. So we already have a base for one finger at least. Maybe squish that just a bit, like make it a bit more... There we go, a bit more arch shaped. This is basically improvising. So if you guys have suggestions, things you think I should try or whatever, I'm super open to that. It's just a bunch of trial and error. Not something that's really been done before, so we gotta tread our own ground here. Our own path, I guess that makes sense more. That makes more sense as an expression. My English idioms are all messed up. Alright, I think this can be a nice base. Like, even if it's just a literal base and we use, like in the final picture we just see a tiny bit of it, I think it can be nice. Gonna remove this part maybe. then we might have to try to find a way of bridging this part here and this part here. Might be a challenge for later. Maybe I can even pull the main wave back. Oh, I don't have too much, but the picture is big. Pull this main wave back a little, so our hand is like going in front of the wave. Okay, so we got this one, and then we got this other pretty nice reference for the poem. I'm thinking I'm gonna more or less fit it to the one we already have. Oh, actually, this is a pretty nice way of bridging that gap, as we talked about. Gonna warp it a tiny bit. Maybe a normal warp instead of a puppet warp like before. There we go. And then you can just try to add those textures in on the inside here. This one is too close, so I'm not gonna take it. This one though is very dark. Like, just look at the whites on here. Oh. There we go. Gonna have to brighten those up a little. Just the quick levels here. I think the blacks are pretty alright. There we go. Gonna get rid of this part because it's very close to the camera in this picture. It's a bit out of focus. It doesn't really match our point of view here. Just wanted to get some textures from there. Still not bright enough here. Maybe it's about the color too. Maybe it needs a bit more blue in those. Let's do it in curves better. Some blues in the shadows. We'll keep blending. Also, I don't want to blend this with this too much, because I want it to look like separate objects if possible. Actually, I don't know if I'll keep this whole splash. I mainly wanted this area here for the palm. Oh, this is... There we go. So I might even get rid of this, or just use it but in a different place. I don't know. For now we're still blocking main shapes out. So let's go and get some more waves. We had these 3 saved. I think we're gonna work with this one first, because it's the most, like, I'm seeing this little area, like this one here, and this top part here, which I kind of like for the knuckle area. Thanks, Helldog. I don't know if it's gonna be great. It might be pretty much, maybe pretty terrible. I don't know. We never know. That's the thing. We're not doing a thing that's been done, which is what makes it exciting for me. Yeah, I think these textures are gonna be pretty great. We'll need some puppet warping, some clone stamping, all the good stuff, you know, prime compositing stuff. I think, okay, first I'm gonna use this area, like I said, for the knuckles. I don't know if we'll get, no, we might not be seeing a lot of knuckles, now that I think about it. Let's pull up our hand on top. Yeah, we're not really seeing knuckles, we're seeing like the little, this part of the fingers, which I don't know how to call in English. Let's pull it on top of everything and just low opacity. Warp that puppet. Let's warp it, baby. So I think we're gonna keep this one on top. I'm gonna copy this. I'm just gonna take a little part that I want right now, and I'm gonna take this, because that's gonna be a finger, I believe. How do you feel about that? And we're gonna, there we go. I feel like that's gonna be the index finger, with a bit of warping, with some gentle massaging into the right shape. God damn it, I always start masking with the wrong color. I always have to go back on the first step. We're just gonna delimitate, I guess, that this splash here. And I think I'm gonna do, for this area, I'm gonna do a bit of blend if. That's gonna help to separate that splash, get rid of the background. I don't want to get rid of this area, but if it gets rid of a bit of this, I'm good. Yeah, I don't want to get higher than this. Okay. It does help a little. Well, now I have some, oh, I gotta, there we go. It's softer edges, because I don't. And we're also gonna have this against a pretty blue background, so I don't need to really delimitate every single little drop here. Maybe with the blend if I just did, it's gonna be quite enough. Okay, let's try to mold it. Finger knees. I like that. It's a new term. If it wasn't, now it is. Okay. Puppet warp. I gotta remember I added a shortcut for that. Oh, before I do that, I need to rasterize this and apply the layer mask. There we go. Now I should be able to puppet warp in peace. There. Now it's become destructive editing. Oh my god. Somebody stop him. He's editing destructively. No, don't worry, it's not that destructive. I got the base layer right on top. You can pull up from that base layer anytime. Okay, I think this is gonna be a finger. I think it's the closest thing we got to a finger, so it's gonna need some more blending and stuff, but it's gonna get there. Okay, next up, I'm gonna recopy this layer. I'm gonna take this. This is gonna be another finger. Now we do need to increase that to get some of that nice little splash. There we go. Over here maybe a bit too. There, and this one could do one of these two fingers, I believe. Because for this one, it doesn't really match that well. This one can be the ring finger, is it called in English? Anular in Spanish. Which literally means where you put the ring. Okay, let's do this. Let's do some puppet warping, and then let's do again a little blend if to get rid of this background, mostly. Okay. There we go. Let's try to fit it to that shape. I think the finger I got in the back as a base is a bit too transparent. It's kind of hard to use it as reference right now. I'm not really seeing it. But I feel like this can work as fingers, right? I might separate this finger and put it in the middle instead of this close to the other one, just so we can see each finger individually a bit better. I mean, the hardest thing to do with this kind of weird constructions I do is to have a easy and clear readability. So separate the finger. I want it to be really quickly readable as a hand. That's my main concern. And then to make it look good as water. Well, it's both things really at the same time, but if you get too deep into having nice little textures for everything, you might get the actual shape of what you're trying to just transmit like lost in translation. Okay, let's do a little blend if, which might actually not work on this because this part is very dark. Let's see. This layer. Yep. Maybe I should. Okay. I'm gonna do it a different way. We're gonna do a blend if for this area. But this top area, I'm gonna cut real quickly. I'm gonna separate it into a new layer. I'm gonna remove the blend if from there. There we go. Easy peasy. Gotta balance it. Yeah, because it's nice that it's a bit transparent in this area, but I don't want to lose it in the back parts, which is really what's gonna separate it from the background. Actually, I might do the same thing here, if it's possible. Let's get this. Let's Ctrl J. Let's remove the blend if. Oh, that doesn't really bring anything. Yeah, because it wasn't that dark to begin with here. I might just darken it after the fact. For now, let's block out the main textures. I just want to get mostly all fingers. I wanted it to look like this one as much as possible, because this one is right now is the most finger-like, right? almost. It's the best looking one, I think. I might put some bit of dark from here, right below this, just to separate it a bit. There we go. Okay, let's see if we can get another nice little finger out of this. Unless I repeat a texture or I get a finger out of something like this, which can be done. Well, I may get the pinky finger out of this. That's possible. Let's actually check the other, because we had other nice pictures, so. We had, okay, this one is the one we just got. I saved it, so that's good. This one, not really gonna work for the middle finger. Might work for the pinky finger. And this one, okay, with a bit of massaging in the right direction, it might be workable. Let's keep looking, because there might be something that we can use without really messing it up. Okay, there's a pretty nice wave. There's a pretty nice wave. I don't know if I can make a finger out of it, but I'll keep it in there in a tab. Okay, let's see. If I can get another picture like the one we just used. I love this. I should make something like this. It's so ridiculous, I love it. It's like Sharknado of Photoshop composites. Not really much more. Let's look in Unsplash, which is a pretty good site too. Okay. We're seeing some pretty promising things. Oh, this might be a nice pinky finger. Let's see. Here. Okay. This could be a nice middle finger. A nice middle finger is not something you usually hear, right? Oh, that's a nice middle finger. Not really much more around here. A lot of aerial pictures. Okay, let's try this one out. By the way, if you're new here and you want some nice resources and you're trying to get into this, get on my Discord and get to the resources section, or if you're in Shoes Discord, I also posted that to the composites section. I got a really big list of resources and sites you can get for free pictures, for a lot of free stuff you can use to learn and to basically do whatever I'm doing, because I'm doing it from the same sites. So if you're interested, take a look at that. Okay, how about... Well, this one might be good for the pinky actually, because it has a nice curve like this. And I'd like the top to be more clear. And here there's a lot of mist coming out. So I might just use it for that. Actually, is this the same picture we had for... Yeah, it is. I'm stupid. This is the same picture we had as a base. But whatever, let's now that we have it as a separate picture on top, let's use it for the pinky. Just something like this, maybe? I'm stupid. I pulled it up of two different sites, which usually share a lot of pictures. So I didn't really think it was the same one. Rookie mistake. Okay, I'm gonna need to squeeze that in a little so it fits on our finger. And you know, I might do a blend diff again for this edge. I think it's a pretty good solution to separate the small splashes out without just spending an eternity. Nice, efficient way of doing it. Okay, mate. Thank you for hanging around for so long. And have a good day tomorrow. Hell yeah. There he is. Still lurking. Good night, Helldog. By the way, this song is a bop. It's a remix of the actual song. But if you don't agree that the mid-channel music is an absolute bop, we're disappointed. Okay, let's do the same thing we did before. Let's just rasterize everything into a single layer. Let's pop it, warp it. Okay, let's try to... Gonna reduce the opacity just to see where I'm at. I don't need to match it exactly, but I want it to more or less look finger-like, you know? That's pretty good, I think. I'm gonna have to add some more spray, some more mist around here, just to match this, because there's a lot of mist and suddenly there's none here. And down here, let's try a little blend if. Let's see how much we can get away with. Okay, we're gonna do like we did the other couple times, and we're gonna separate this into two layers. One that's just gonna be the edge, which is what's gonna have the blend diff, and one that's just the base that doesn't have it. Bit of eraser here, and I think we're pretty much covered. It's obviously it's gonna look more like the finger it's based on after I add a bit of shadows to that, so no worries. Once I'm done blocking out the textures, it's just gonna look like a bunch of different waters and different colors and big mess, basically. But that's to be expected. Okay, we're just missing the middle finger. And I feel like we either take it from this one again, which just has a really nice angle and textures, or we try to find a new one, which might be hard to find in a very similar angle to this. So I think let's try out this one first. Let's make sure that we can't use it before we move on to a different thing. I think the best result we're gonna get out of this is maybe using something like this as a base, and then mixing different textures from the other parts of the picture. Let's try that. Actually, copying this just to have it for later. And we're gonna pull this to the middle a little bit, like I said, just to distinguish every finger. And let's drink some water. My lips are so dry. Gonna have to start bringing lip balm to streams. Which is something I would never have considered. Especially because my lips never get dry. Like, this is very weird for me. I usually have a problem with that. Let's put this on the tip here. And we're gonna stretch it just a little. As much as our texture here allows us. It doesn't look to stretch like this. Yeah, that's about as much as I'm gonna stretch it. And then we're gonna pull back the original here. And let's have it down here, for example. And with some clump stamping, hopefully we can get a nice tip of the finger. Something more workable at least. Something bigger. Hey, why is that not kind of stamping now? Need to sample all layers. And now it's working. There we go. And this is pretty nice for the top of the finger. We're gonna go as slow as we can. And we're gonna take some from here. Okay, now I'm gonna pull this one a bit closer. Just trying to make a finger out of this separate textures, which might be a bit hard. We'll see how it comes out. And if it doesn't, well, at least we know we have tried. Let's try to get some splashes, maybe from here, which we haven't used yet. Try to increase that splash zone, maybe down to the tip here. There we go. And as we're only using bits and pieces from other parts, even if we use parts from fingers we already... Like, I just took a few splashes from here, put them here, and I don't think it's really gonna be noticeable. Because you're just mixing and matching, so I don't think it's gonna be a problem. How's it looking so far? I think more or less finger-like. Finger-light, maybe? Hey Nialeth, how are you doing? Thank you, thank you. I'm kind of figuring this out as I go. Because, well, that's what we do here. Just making some water fingers. I'm gonna pull this finger a bit more to the center. Gonna remove the hand. See how it's so far. You could even say like, oh, this is gonna be a hand. So far so good. Okay, I think I need a texture for this part of the finger. Let's try to pull up something. Let's try to pull up this. This area here. Something to make the limits of this finger. God damn it. A bit more of the splashes. There we go. Also a bit more from here. Take this. There we go. So from here to have that highlight here. It makes it look more like a finger, I think. Yeah, so far so good. But yeah, this is the most fun to me, like this, just figuring shit out. But there's no tutorial for this, unfortunately. Just a question of trying it out. Okay, so we're gonna do same thing we did for the other ones. We're just gonna take the edge on a separate. I'm gonna feather that a bit more. I'm gonna separate the center and the edges and do a blend if on just the edges. Oh, I messed up some of that part. Wait. Need to go a bit. There we go. Higher up here. Asking for privileges here. It's spontaneous. Gonna have that in layer mask this time. That way I can always recover and mix and match. Well, you know, I started this stream literally saying this is not gonna be a productive stream because I'm very tired. And look at what we've done so far. So, and this, well, not the entire thing, but quite a bit of it. A lot of water stuff lately. What's up with me and water lately? I did one with a boat a couple weeks ago too. Okay, now let's pull up a reference hand. Let's pull it up on the top. Okay, I think next up I need to make the rest of the finger connect with the palm. Got some water fetish. Thank you, thank you. Don't judge my fetish, okay? There's dozens of us. Okay, how are we gonna do the back of the fingers? I'm thinking we either do something more splashy like this, or something like clear water like this. That might be more readable. Let's try to do it more like the back of the wave. I think we can take. We're getting some layers here. Oh, just 20. We're just at 20 layers. This is nothing. You still haven't seen my true power. My true power only appears when you get more than 100 layers. That's when things get interesting. It's actually been a while since I've had like I think my last edits, or like the ones from last year, are getting way less layers for some reason. Maybe I'm being more efficient at doing the same things, just doing them in less layers. Or maybe I'm using more. Hey, Acoustica. I think the last ones have less layers. The ones I have the most are from, well, they're from this year, yeah. They're from early this year, though. The ones from the last few months maybe are more around the 50 to 70 layers. But let's go to something a bit more like here, Monkey Boy. Who remembers our beautiful monkey son here? Oh. Who remembers this old piece of work? This one is at 185 layers. Actually, check that if I remove my camera. There, I don't know if you can read that. 185. There we go. That's our beautiful monkey son. Gotta flatten every 2 minutes. Oh my god, no, that's super destructive. I'll never do that. I actually do. It's something I want to do at some point. Like, try out something from a long time ago and see how I would do it now. See what I would do differently. Probably a lot of things. Let's puppet warp this bad boy a bit more, just to fit our fingers here. Fit our fat fingers. Oh, and this is nice because now we can get some spray over here. And we're gonna erase it. And here. I'm actually, so I'm really orderly with my stuff since a long time ago. So I still have many of the original literal PSD documents from pretty much 10 years ago, when like the first things I ever did, which I think I showed on stream before, but just for fun, for those who weren't there, let's go and look at one of my early pieces of work. This is fun. This is like literally 5 layers. And it just says Lion Man. I love it. It's like 3 pixels wide. Literally stencil font. It's so good. Okay, this was 10 years ago. I was 13. I was literally learning Photoshop, doing this, like learning how layers work. And you know, I had to, like, I really struggled to figure out how to put the fist in front of the face. So I separated the fist into a different layer. You know, all kinds of stuff. Fun things. For 13, that's solid, thank you. Oh, it was like my first experiments. On the L here, which I changed the S on Superman with the L. That was probably what took me the longest time. But you see, that was my introduction to Photoshop. And I still have the PSD document, like it's here. You can sift through the 5 layers. Which I think is quite fun. So yeah, we've come quite a long way, I think, since those early times. Okay, now I need to separate each finger, so something like this. Actually, I should do this in different layers, but whatever. Let's just block the main shapes here, and then let's get some nice edges for them. This one goes pretty straight down like this. And for this one, something like this. It's already looking more and more like a hand. What's a clever fix? The fist thing? Or the L on top of the S? So yeah, I was thinking of because I think the like, okay, this is the date from this is December 2010. So, and I think I got some earlier ones around. So I was thinking of when the 10-year anniversary from that edit comes around, doing a special stream to remake Lion Man, even with a stencil font and everything. I'm gonna put it like a surfer. Oh, that's a good idea. Like right in the middle here, getting consumed by the hand. There was a no, there was a surfer, but he was like back here, like. There. So he would be covered by the hand anyway. But a surfer like going down the wave here. And I think we can actually use any scale, because it's this picture doesn't really have a frame of reference. So you could have a surfer being quite small and this being a huge wave if you wanted to. Like not too much, because then it would start looking fake. But you can have it be fairly big compared to the guy. Actually, yeah, if you see the actual surfer, he's pretty small, so even relative to the actual scale, you could make him quite a tiny guy here. I think that's fun, yeah. We'll try it out when we finish the main hand. Okay, fingers here. So I'm gonna use this not as a final thing, but just like I did the palm for the base, or the base of the fingers. Hey Shreddy, heard talks about you and your drone photography. Thanks for coming out here. I mean, Shu talked big game about you, so you better be good. This actually I'm using as a base for this, the wave in the back here. It's Shu's drone shot. Very good. Thank you. Thanks. Oh, you make me want to go to Costa Rica. We're gonna have to mess with the colors of this back of the finger wave. But that's a problem for later me. Not a problem for right now. And now we need to fill this space up and get some nice edges on this texture. And where could we get them from? We got a ton of pictures already. A ton of nice wave pictures in my downloads here. It's a big wave. You're gonna be able to put a tiny little surfer in there. being consumed by the big hand. Okay, let's see what wave pictures I have. And let's see what edges I can get. Oh, we got this one actually. No. God damn it, I keep moving the wrong one there. We could use some of these splashes again to mark that edge. Or actually this. We could turn this around and use it for the edge of the finger, I think. Let's try that out. Okay. Let's cut this up real quick. Just get what we need. Hopefully that'll be enough. We can still get more. We got the rest of the layer in the back. Oh, this actually makes a really nice curve with the finger. I don't think I even need to warp it or anything. I think this can look pretty nice. Pretty lucky too. I wasn't counting on using this curve, but it fits quite well. Oh yeah, link that Instagram. You can link here without trouble. Let's put that behind the finger. There we go. Why did it become more less opaque? Did I do that? Maybe I did. Okay, let's blend that a bit with the back here. And now I think we're gonna do blend if to get rid of this part. I don't know if we can get rid of all of it. I think we can do a pretty good job. With this and some manual cutting, I think we'll... Oh no, that's not a very nice edge actually. I need to feather it a bit more. Okay, so I'll do the thing I did before where I separated into 2 different layers. So first up, I'm gonna rasterize, apply that layer mask, and then I'm just gonna get the edge on its own layer. That's gonna be its own layer. There we go. Oh yeah, let me see that. Oh, those are some cool wave shots. How do you get those? Like that must be some fantastic timing. Let's hope we can see it. That is so cool. Where did you get those? Look at this. That's beautiful. That lighting. That's not dumpster tier. Hey, those are fantastic, mate. I'll take a good look later. Okay, we need to remove some dark tones here that escaped my stupid selection. And how long does it take to get one of those perfect? Because that's like one of every how many waves that gets that nice little loop. Why do I have this in duplicate in 2 different layers? I did some weird thing here. Hang on. Just need one for the edge and one for the rest. There we go. Oh, that's surfer experience. That's cool. Surfing is something I always wanted to try and never really had a good teacher. But the area I live in has some very nice surfing beaches. I hear. It's in Asturias, which is in the north of Spain. So if you know about that, I don't know if it's like known just in Spain or internationally, somebody knows about that, this area, but it's really cool. Bitches. There's also some really nice surfing bitches. How rude. Sorry, I never really got down to how to pronounce, like the difference in pronouncing like a beach as in a beach and a bitch. I think it's that's the how long the I is. But give me a break. It's not my first language. Come on. Beach. Which one is that? Not happy with this edge yet. I could say this edge is a bitch. If I said it right. Hopefully I'm learning some English here, guys. Try to match that a bit better. Let's be a bit darker, I think. Thank you. It's kind of an improvised concept. It's so it goes down the same route as a couple ones I've done recently. Try this one. So made a heart out of ice, and this one in which I made a brain out of exhaust fumes. So I was thinking of, I don't know, other body parts that I could make out of like different textures like that, because that's really fun to me. So I was kind of trying to rip off those other ideas. So I'm thinking I'm gonna take exactly the same thing. I'm gonna put it here, because I'm just gonna flip it, because it's this little corner that we're gonna see. It's not important. can take a smaller part of the texture and put it there. I think it's gonna be fine. The lazy way. Okay, so this is our finger. There we go. I copy it there. Flip it. There we go. I'm just gonna erase whatever comes out here. I'm gonna brighten this a little, the base we used for the back of the fingers. This might be too dark. It's good that it's dark because it shows some contrast and it makes it more readable, I guess, but maybe not as dark. Let's just go before and after. Yeah, I think that's a bit better. A fish in one of the fingertips? I like that. That's nice. As a nail. That's good. I should note all of this down. So to do or to try. Can I? What is it? Look, I just weird. Just made a new paragraph and it's right. There we go. Now it works. I like to have this sometimes just to know what to try when I'm still like far away from trying, like from finishing the main idea and I want to try some other things. It's always good. We'll have that there. Okay, we're missing one finger. Okay, let's try to tackle that one. Because we're missing the thumb here. And I'm wondering how to do that thumb. Because the rest of them, I think they're pretty clear. I think they're looking fairly clear. Especially because people that were coming in later got the idea pretty quickly. So I think I'm pretty confident that those look like fingers and they're readable. We still need one to complete our set of 5 here. Look for a source of the submarines. That's very specific. I was thinking like splashes like that. How does a submarine surface look like? Now I need to look that up. Hang on, let me save that. Oh, that's cool. Okay, that's I know what you mean. I was like, that's awfully specific. Or a dolphin or a whale. That's good too. Thing is finding pictures that don't have a license. It's not something like a lot of people that do this kind of thing concern themselves with, and it's not something that has ever come to bite me in the ass. But I always try to look for pictures without license, which you can do on Google itself. Actually, you can just go here, use it right, and you can get, like, if you do reuse with modification, means you can use it commercially if you modify it. And that's you'll usually get a lot of Wikipedia pictures from there. Actually, if you're looking for public domain pictures, an amazing source is Wikimedia Commons. That's something I never see used, and it's so good. Like, you can find pictures of pretty much everything. Oh, and also, I talked about it on my Discord, and I think it was talked about in maybe Shu's Discord. The Smithsonian Museum has now opened and put in the public domain all of its collection. That's like a ton of stuff. All the kind of stuff that you could find in a museum. You can search for it here and, like, say fish, or fish, for example. If you're looking for fish to put on the now, so you can find like every museum exhibit they have with super high quality pictures, and you can find 3D stuff, which is honestly super cool. Like, this is all free, completely free 3D models. That's very useful. So keep that in mind if you're looking for resources. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like trying to find one that matches the perspective. But that's like most of the problems I face. Like, trying to find the right picture is usually pretty hard. We can look for splashes here. Pixabay is a great source to splash. I usually will give me small splashes like this. I'm thinking I might even use... Oh, this is actually a super good picture. How did I not find that? I could have used that for finger. Well, now I have all stuff already. I'm gonna download it anyway. Because who knows, maybe I may need it. Yeah, it's all about finding a wave that's coming directly at us. And then we can see a bit of the top, like, that would be the ideal. So we can match it with this perspective. But I think, like, we have a really good source right here. If we manage to cut up bits of Shu's own picture, I think we can make a nice thing out of that. So let's take it here. Let's put it in the foreground. Let's try to find the nice splash. I mean, these ones are in movement, so I think this part is maybe the most usable one. And okay, we're gonna try to find or carve something that looks a bit like this. Doesn't have to be perfect. I just want something to use as a base. Now, refine that edge. And then the magic of painting with lights is how we can make it look like a different shape later. Hey Shu, welcome back. I think someone called for you a while ago. Bear called for you. Okay, we can make this bigger. Squish it a little. Let's try to get a good shape for it. Let's put this in the back. I think we don't really need to have the whole palm here. We can make the like just the tip of the, so say have this whole part of the hand underwater, and just have the tip coming out like that. I think that looks a bit more realistic within our expectations of realism here. Hey, we got a doggy here. Who wants to see a doggy? Apple, bang. Bang. Oi, 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 oi. Say hi to Napoleon. He's the cutest boy. They're calling for him. It's his bedtime. So you guys say bye to him. Y adiós, Napoleon. Say bye. Okay, I'm gonna get it down. Hang on a sec. There he goes. On to bed. He's a very good boy. He's the one that barks though, so if that annoys you, he's the one to blame. He's also around this hour, he's so cute because he's already super sleepy. So he was like, right now, I put him on top of my chair. He was just looking at me with the dumbest face. Okay, now let's rasterize this. Let's apply. Let's see if we can warp it a little. That will mess up our edge. When you have soft edges on your puppet warp, it does this. And that's really annoying. It makes hard edges out of your soft edges. So I'll need to re-soften it later a little. I'm gonna have to add some new textures on top because when you warp like that, it just messes up your... I'm gonna close it down a little like that. Bear here is looking to spend some money. Looking to spend some cash that could be spent on a full car. On an entire car. Okay, not perfect, but we're gonna use this as a base of sorts. Oh wow, I was not cutting, I was painting. We're gonna use it as a base. And we're gonna paint some more textures on top. Let's hide the hand. Okay, so for the edges, I'm gonna take some textures from here. Try to get that splash on the calmer water. Let's see if we can get something more like this maybe. Hang on, gonna have to oldest trick in the book. Come sap and then turn. How insane are you, Bear? A 2-hour YouTube video. Oh my god. I would spend $5,000 before watching 2-hour YouTube videos about monitors. I think we'd be better served with a harder edge here. So it looks like it's contacting here but not here. And then I'm actually noticing here there's probably a leftover edge from an old layer. From this? No. From this. There we go. Found it. This is from here. There we go. Getting rid of the nasty edges that always end up appearing, like it or not. You got papers that say you're sane? How do you get those papers? Over 2K, oh my god. Someday, when I have an actual job, I'll be able to spend that dough. For now though, just have my cheap old monitor. Which is decent, but for what I do, it's not like the best color ever. What I'm gonna do is, using some textures from here and applying them softly, I kind of draw the rest of the hand. Like below the water, you know? That way it looks like there's still something lurking below. Okay, that's pretty good compared to our original hand. Oh, not quite sane. I read that wrong. Then I wouldn't like it to get one of those. Gonna have to match all these greenish colors and try to match that with that blue on the background. We'll do that in a sec. Because right now, if you look at at this finger, it's like super blue, and this is super green in comparison. Yeah, it's coming together quickly. I don't know at what time I started, but we are at nearly 3 hours of stream. And I don't know, I probably started this at the hour and a half mark or something. So yeah, this is pretty quick, honestly. But I mean, there's still a lot of work to do. We still need to do this whole palm, by the way. But we still, after we're done blocking all the textures, we'll need to do all the lighting, match everything together. That's quite some work. Still, see, I have a lot of leftover from this layer, for instance. A lot of bullshit around. That's not needed. That's just making noise. Oh, 80 minutes in. Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds about right. Yeah, because I basically did 2 little details about this one. Which is still open here, by the way. I'm gonna close it. To to save my RAM a little bit of a headache. About 90 minutes ago. Yeah, the first couple hours are usually the ones where you get the most, like, the big things done, and then it's a lot of just refining, and we still have some pretty big things. Mostly it's usually that palm here, which I need to look more like a wave that does a curve like that. And right now it looks a bit messy. This big splash here, which we might keep, but maybe move down here. Okay, so we got this, which was our base, which I'm actually... oh, wrong key. I'm actually gonna make a bit bigger to fit with the curvature of the fingers. I'm gonna have to remove all this. A sec. Get everything a bit cleaner. Am I in touch? Yeah, I'm on his Discord too, which I don't really participate a lot in, but I'm there. What are you saying? A word transform? I'm not allowed. Oh my god, once they start getting into the lingo, unlink the layer mask and try again. Okay, that's what I'm... There we go. Could have started by that. So from this layer, I basically just want this foamy texture. And then there's a nice light here in the back that I also would like to keep. Hang on, let me pull this up a little, maybe. No, actually leave it in the back, like it was before. Okay. But later let me know, what do you want me to say something to Fantoni? Oh no, we know each other from a while ago, yeah. I probably discovered his streams, like one of the first ones on Twitch, because I was looking specifically for that. And he doesn't stream very often, but I happened to find it. Okay, we need to get this. I'm gonna remove maybe the curves so it matches more with the rest. Still needs to get this foam to be a bit brighter, I think. And then I think, just to match the colors, I'm gonna have the color layer from here, and it's gonna paint all this trick in the book. Maybe I'll just apply that to the darks, so I don't get all the foam to be green. So I'll do a blend if. Okay, I think the hand shape is pretty much like done. Like, I think it's pretty easily readable right now. Now we only need to not fuck that up. Which is no small task. Because then when you start doing lighting, you might, it's not hard to start confusing the shapes and making it is actually less readable. Some bad edge here. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I cut that one a bit harshly. Also, there's some overlap here between the two layers that form it. And where is it? Damn, I'm gonna start losing my layers already. This one? No, that's the back of the finger. Now, where did I leave my pinky? There it is. We separate it from the others. Okay, so it's two layers because one of them has a blend if, just to separate the foam from the rest, and the other one doesn't. So let's nudge it a little, see if we can fit it better. And this part is not really fitting, probably because of the blend if. So maybe with a little bit of manual erasing both sides. Still got some tiny edge. By the way, has anyone played the game this soundtrack is from? It's a very good indie game that's called Moonlighter, in which it kind of plays like Zelda, and like all the Zeldas with the little dungeons. And at night, like during the night, you explore the dungeons. And during the day, you bring back the items, and you actually run the town shop where all the adventurers go to, and you sell them the objects you found, and you become rich that way. It's a very fun little game. It's like an indie game. It's not like a super fleshed out thing, but it's very fun, and it's Spanish, which is another point for me. Okay, now it's a bit softer. But oh yeah, we had said about this edge that we are gonna add some foam that goes up here. That's more towards the end, once I've gotten the lighting more or less done. Because that way then I'll soften that edge a little, and it'll make more sense because this is full of foam and suddenly it stops here. Oh yeah, and this game's soundtrack also rocks. It's very good. Okay, what else do we have to do? I nearly forgot. This edge here needs to be a bit more refined, don't you think? I think it needs more... some splashes like this one, maybe. So I can get rid of this. There we go. Need some splashes here, which I might just copy from this ones. Just flip them. Lazy way. Let's see how that looks. Hey, if the lazy way works, why bother, right, with the others? Okay, gonna erase some here. Let's see how that looks. Okay, that's better. I don't think it looks too copy-pasted from the other. I need to remove some of that foam here, maybe. And also, this foam doesn't have the nicest edge. Okay. Let's go and destroy it. Because if we remove a lot of this foam, just see empty space behind it. It doesn't look too much like a finger anymore. So what are we gonna do? Let's see. We're just gonna clone stamp a bit and fill this up. How about that? Cheap solution, but if it works. Okay, I'm also thinking around this edge here, and with this edge being so flat, like a flat line of little splashes, it makes the hand look like really flat, really like paper thin. So I'm thinking of maybe mixing in some of these splashes just to give some volume to that, if that makes sense. We'll see. Kind of bring everything together a little. Although these are too blue for the rest of it. Let's soften that. And let's bring some color to it from the rest. I know that I need to remove that green, but what I'm gonna do is first match everything from the hand, and then take the whole hand and try to color match that. Hopefully that'll work. Now, to do this with other splashes, because this has too little texture for it to be noticeable once you soften it a little. There. That should be a bit better. There. And bring back some of this splash from here. Why does that bring black? Oh, I'm on the eraser. I'm stupid. Brain fart. That usually happens after 3 hours of streaming. I start getting brain farts. Okay, so let's bring this in line with the rest of the hand with a little bit of color, maybe. Especially down here. Keep in mind we still haven't done the lighting, so this right now kind of looks like a formless texture, but hopefully once we get the lighting done it will look more like a finger. Although it does seem a bit small to me right now. What do you think? Let's see, like compared to the real hand, it's even a bit bigger. but it still feels small. Maybe because this picture has a bit more, bit of a different perspective, a bit more foreshortening. Let's go with my gut feeling and make it a tiny bit larger. Just a little. Okay, now we have the whole hand. That's like a ton of layers. There we go. That's what we've done in about 2 hours, a bit less. That's a hand. But that's the main effect. Like once this is done, like now we're on the easy road. Now I think we can mess around with the colors, we're going to mess around with the lighting, but the main effect is quite, like, pretty much there. There's probably still gonna be some more adjustments to it, but the main thing is done. Like, it's done enough that I can feel comfortable going into the next step. So I'm gonna try to bring this green here in line with this bit more bluish tone. I think just a straight hue saturation might just do the trick. Literally, like just changing the hue a tiny bit. That's why I wasn't worrying about doing it in every single layer, because I figured it was not too far away hue-wise. Can also do a color layer just to get all the more greenish tones in line. Thanks, Bear. I appreciate that. And Neolith, I appreciate it. Oh, this is not a very saturated color, it's actually making it gray. Saturated a bit, not too much. Oh no, that's too much blue. Let's soften that. Oh. Let's do that, then let's saturate it, and then let's reduce the opacity there. We still have some ugly things here. Like this, like soft, weird. There we go. Foam that we can either turn up a little, or actually no, I think it's more distracting than it's worth. So let's get rid of it. So, I mean, it's mostly about matching the background lighting, which in this case is coming from here, from the back. I'm guessing the sun is, like, judging from the reflections here, and the highlights, the sun is like over here, more or less. So I'm gonna throw in some highlights around these areas, and some shadows. Like this one, for example, matches already pretty well with the lighting we're gonna go with. But we'd also need to throw some shadows for each of the fingers, kind of this way. And obviously this one is now where it's a formless blob, but once we add some lighting, it should hopefully gain some volume. Okay, what else do we got that was bothering me? Oh, this part here, but this, need to fill that up a little. Then this here, instead of trying to desperately fit these 2 layers, I'm gonna put this into pinky. I'm gonna start organizing a bit now that everything's more or less set in stone. Yeah, there it is. So I'm just gonna have a small current and below layers. Small clone stamping here to soften that edge between the 2 layers. That's going to be easier than trying to match them by hand. Oh, cool. I should actually get in some practice, like retouching. I was thinking, I looked at the pictures, at the earlier pictures for the challenges, and I thought about doing like something weird, like some weird effect with them. I might still do that. Depending, I have to think about what to do with them though. For some of the portraits, that I don't know if you or Larry threw in, like there's some pretty cool effects to make with portraits always. Like, I don't know, you could break the skin like it's a vase or something like that, or I don't know, stuff like that. I'll think about it. Maybe a cool thing for a stream. Actually, I still have a stream this week, so on Wednesday, so that might be a good idea for that. A glow effect to the base water of the hand. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, with that, that looks really cool too, and it glows from behind. Go out the back of the wave. Yes, that's cool too, because it adds some color. Actually, I might bring back some of that green that we threw away before. I might bring it back for this. Okay, little things that bother me before we do the lighting. I think we're pretty much alright. We're gonna come back and do more things, but let's go top level. Let's add some clipping layers here. Maybe some soft light or some overlay. Some overlay to preserve those little highlights from the drops. You load the first Kodak. Which did you pull that into the? Because I downloaded all the ones you put in a while ago, but if this is the one, or we got Kodak here. I don't know if that's yours. I got a ton of them, a ton of new ones, so that's why I'm a bit lost still. Default Adobe one, okay. Oh, this one. .5.2. Oh, Kodak. Let me try to find the 5.2. Oh, 5205. This one. Oh, this one looks cool. I like the blues on this one. Actually gonna keep it on top here, because once we start doing the colors at the end, it's gonna come in handy. With green water, the thinner the wave, the more yellow the green. Okay. Keep that in mind, because here it should be like pretty thin. And here, like between the fingers and stuff. Like the upper area that's coming out of the water. That should be the glowing the most, I guess, right? And oh, actually, I was saying that I was gonna add like single shadows for each one of the fingers. That might actually not be a great idea, because water doesn't cast that, like specifically clear water like that won't cast like a strong shadow. Maybe like a soft one, right? Like a soft shadow going down here, but we still get some glow, so that will be really mitigated, right? So yeah, thinking of light coming through waves. This is hard. That's fun. Okay, let's come in with a first approach to the lighting. So we're using overlay here. Hopefully it's the right choice. Just gonna do, I'm too opaque here. Just go with 40% opacity. Just add some basic shadows. Let's go with soft light. Might be better for a first approach, because that overlay was really darkening things up. I prefer to do it in like a couple layers. Kind of build my way up to the final lighting. Get more sort of dark reflection. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. How would you? Of course, that's let's pull up the original on top, by the way. Yeah, because it's not really reflective water. It's very shaky. So like this guy is reflected, but this part is very still. On here we don't get a lot of reflection from the wave. Also it's not as, it's a bit more high up. So here we get mostly a shadow. Pretty soft shadow though. And depends on the choppiness of the water. Yeah, I think this water is pretty choppy to get a clear reflection. If the wave was back here, maybe. Okay, and this same layer with the soft light. Let's add more general highlights. And I think for the reflection here, I'm gonna do it in a separate layer, because then I want to be able to modify how strong it is. Oh, let me see that. You put a really sort of cracking eye. a small octopus eye. That'd be good. Okay, let me read that. It changes when you're talking about how the light is traveling through. So the breaking part of the wave, you'll have more shadow. See the wide water area. For the clean water, okay. So this part would make more shadow. Obviously, it's not clear water. I get it. And here you get more light passing through. That makes sense. Okay, so we're gonna try to add some of that. And I think we're gonna do it in overlay. And instead of doing it with white, I'm gonna get some blue. I'm gonna make it greenish and bright like this. And we're gonna try to apply it, see how it looks. So obviously I wanna stay clear of this area. But something like this. This looks like this is more or less what we're going for, right? This sort of greenish translucent effect. Oh, this needs a nicer edge, now that I think about it. I didn't add that before. Okay, hang on. Let's go down in here and copy that same edge again, because nobody's gonna notice that this pattern repeats a bit. I think I get this and the one in front. Yeah, this. Gotta make it smaller. Just a few drops here. No big deal. Actually, what I might do is flip vertically. It might make more sense with that way the droplets are going in. This is another super good game soundtrack. If you guys have played Cuphead, great game, amazing soundtrack. Hard game though. Which one is the one I'm looking for? This here? Need some cleaner edges. So I keep noticing small things and coming back to them instead of going forward, but it's the kind of things that if you don't notice in this step, you might miss later. Just cleaning up some edges. Anyway, let's go back to the fun thing. Let's go back to painting some cool reflections or translucency. And I feel like around here, where it's pretty clear, and it's like near the top, would be a nice place to add a tiny bit of light coming through. I think I might make it go down to here, because then you get this wave that's would be blocking most of the light. Yeah, definitely. The more references, the better. The better it'll look. Oh, that's a cool one. That's like super, like you got the sun right behind on that one. So that's a really strong translucency, right? Same for this one too. And it's really, really bright green. I mean, that's probably comes out in the editing a bit too, right? But it's true that it becomes quite yellow as the more light gets in, right? Sun, same angle. Yeah, it's like, but in that one the sun is like right behind, right? Like you get like a super strong line of highlight because the sun is like right there. In this one we don't have the sun right behind, like we have it here in the back, same general direction, but it wouldn't. I don't think it would do something like that really strong yellow like area there. I think that might be too much. Yeah, it's still not sunset there. You start getting some more warmer colors coming through the fog there. Oh, I'm painting in yellow. Let's get that green, blue, teal. Okay, so there we go. Those are some translucent areas. Not gonna mess with them, I'm sure. I think that makes a good base for that. God, my lips are so dry today. Slightly overcast. Yeah, you can see some fog. Some, well, fog or mist, I guess. Also, I'm thinking here, composition, which is usually something you should think about before. But now that I think about it, like I was thinking that it was maybe too low. The hand was too low. If you center, like the center of the image is right in the palm here, I think that might be better. I don't know, if we get a lot of action down here, like if we get a surfer and it's like really busy, I might pull it up a little or crop down a little from the sky just to, I don't know, we'll see about that. Depends on what we do. Okay, we're in this soft light here. Hey, by the way, Shreddy, thanks a bunch for the help. It's really appreciated. Somebody who knows what it's talking about here. It's good. Because without you here, I would be basically shooting my shit, just saying stuff or guessing from 2 or 3 reference pictures. I might have gotten rid of this whole reflection or translucency, and I think that's a loss for the image, because it benefits from some of that lighting. Hell yeah, it's the best community. You guys are great. No, it's absolutely great. Keep it coming if you got any tips. Like it's not often that I get a certified expert on the chat here. It's great. Oh, here we got some blob that we gotta take care of. That's better. The water tips are great, especially because I pretty much don't have any water left. Okay, so we got a first soft light approach to the lighting here, and you can also already see like where it's headed. Like especially here, you can already see it's taking more form, and in general a little bit, it's shaping up better. Now, and actually I'm gonna do this outside of the layer. I'm gonna put some, like the main shadow of the hand down here. Like we said, like a pretty soft thing, but try to match the shadow that the actual wave is doing. Try to match that a little. Local stores just sold out of water? Really? Water? Where are you based? Like, really? Are you in prime coronavirus area? Or is people, it's just mass hysteria? Because that's really fucked up. In our area, we ran out of surgical masks, or face masks, because people were freaking out about this, and it's not even a recommended thing, except if you have a pre-existing condition. So what people are doing, buying a lot of face masks, is taking them away from the people who need them. Oh, really? Okay, so you're in prime, maybe future coronavirus area, but they're gonna be quarantined, so it's not like they're gonna be walking around getting people sick. You're just sued to prevent it. And where are you gonna send these poor people? Although it's kind of weird that a country so big as the US is gonna send all the coronavirus patients to one place. It's a huge country. Like, I would expect that in Spain, maybe. And not even. In Spain, we have one quarantine patient here in the hospital I'm actually studying at. Yeah, I was saying before that this morning, because I'm a med student, so I'm doing my rotations there, and I was literally like one floor right below the guy, right below the quarantine area where he would be. And that was kind of a weird thought, like, oh, I just got a super dangerous quarantine guy out there. Yeah, but people are really taking it. Like, it's good to have caution, and like, especially if you are older or have any pre-existing conditions or have people in your family that do. But like, for most people, like, it's not gonna be that big of a deal. It's like the flu is much worse every year. Why is nobody freaking out about the flu? I mean, it would be terrible from don't get me wrong, from a public healthcare perspective. It's terrible because it's about 2% mortality rate. So from a public healthcare perspective, that's a lot of people, and that's a lot of people getting sick, and a lot of people dying, and overloading the hospitals. But from a personal perspective, if you're young and healthy, you really have not a lot to fear, except from a bad flu, basically, the equivalent of a bad flu. And remove some shadow from here so we don't cover that light that comes through. So I think that more or less matches the shadow that the rest of the wave has. Maybe I'll give it more of a hand shape, give it some fingers. Should come here though. Oh, you're in public health. Oh damn, we're like getting experts in here. I'll change the name of the stream to Corona Talk with Val and Shreddy. Yeah, of course, flu doesn't have that high of a fatality rate, but in like numbers every year it's way worse. Corona has higher fatality rate. I heard, and it was a CNN article, so I'm inclined to believe it. No, Bear, don't panic, please. It was a CNN article, so it should be well researched. That said that, I don't know if 30% or 20-something% of Americans were not willing to drink Corona beer because of coronavirus. Well, I know CNN is like it has a bad rap in America, but like this kind of news should be pretty well researched. Like, it's not something political. It's like just people being dumbasses. People are not drinking Corona beer. I love that. I love it. Calm down, Bear. You're gonna get yourself hurt. No, not the Corona. See, now you'll get sick. No, like people that were freaking out about packages getting from China, getting coronavirus from them. Please chill. It's also, and that probably infuriates you just about as much as me, Shreddy, that the typical pseudoscience fake cure sellers that are now selling cures for coronavirus. Well, maybe Corona actually protects from coronavirus. Maybe you're right on there, Bear. I mean, yeah. It's you're in public health. Like, vaccination is the new topic right now. Something that was so taken for granted, so solved. It's now an open topic again. That really infuriates me. You almost died from the flu? Oh boy. At 36. Oh, you can catch bad flus. Like, depends on where it catches you, right? On what, like, if you're in a weak immune system moment. Set a record. Wow, you should call Guinness. Oh, that's bad though. I'm glad you pulled through. You get like pneumonia or something. $106. Oh boy, that's American numbers. How much is 106? Hang on. 106. That's 41. Oh shit, dude. That is yeah, absolutely, that's fucked up. Oh my god. Yeah, I've seen the chat, guys. That's for Europeans here. That's 41 degrees Celsius. 41. That's something I've seen. Maybe outside of children that are really, really sick. I usually get higher fevers. 41. Damn. It's a bit high, isn't it? Just a tiny bit. Okay, let's get some more highlights in here. I'm gonna try to do something like this. like in this corners here. Forgot your address? Oh no. Did you get your memory back later, or did you have to work on that? Like, did it leave more permanent effects? You drove yourself? And that? Oh my. That's scary. Actually gonna copy from here. Put that on normal. Got depressed for a while after. No memory problems. Oh, the depression can be reactive to that. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if a 41-degree fever like kind of messed with the brain for a while at least. That seems to be expected. Took about 3 months to recover. Yeah. God. Well, you pulled through. That's what's important. Looks like it's an acute thing, you know. It's like some fucked up time, and then you'll only get better. Put some highlights in here too. Trying to copy those because they're pretty nice. Oh, that's going slow now. Not that many layers. Not that much size of the document. I'm at 1 gigabyte and 46 layers. So hopefully it doesn't start slogging, because that would be weird. Maybe there's too many smart objects. Gonna start rasterizing. Yeah, there's a few. Okay, this is gonna get rasterized. This is gonna get rasterized. What is this? Oh, okay, there's like old layers that I forgot to remove. What is that? That's a drawing I didn't use. There we go. Scratch disk. It might be. I gotta check that out. No, right now it's, I think, just removing some smart objects. There was like a bunch of unused layers that I had from the first attempts I did this, so now hopefully it should be fine, at least for a while. If it's not, we'll start checking out scratch disks, and all that stuff. All that boring stuff. But hopefully I can do that out of stream. Let's go to the soft light we did before. Let's give some more volume to this area, because it still feels a bit flat. But just some light there to imply a bit more volume, if that makes any sense. It's getting there. Yeah, I'm really liking this so far. Like, and you can check in the VOD later. I started it like really saying this might go very wrong very quickly. But it might actually be pretty good. And I think we're on a pretty good camp, so happy about that. It's good. I think I put a bit more too much shadow on here. I mean, for this lighting part, it's a lot about trying and seeing what sticks. Because if it was like a simple object, it's pretty easy to determine where the lights and shadows are gonna be. But in this case, you not only have an object, you have a translucency. A pretty not like undetermined source of light, and then you have some parts that are more or less translucent, so it's probably a lot of trial and error until we get it looking great. I mean, it's looking pretty good, but still gonna be some tweaking. But this is gonna be a fun one to make a speed video of, because you can really see it coming together. I think those are my favorite ones to see to see like quickly, because you can really see the building. Like if you I think it's on my Twitch VODs, because I uploaded it to Twitch. There's a speed version of, you can actually pull it up right now, of the one with the heart. I think that came out pretty cool, if I can find it. Oh, let me remove that sound. There we go. I think this one, you can really see it. I mean, it goes fast. It goes really fast, because if not, it'll just take a little forever. You can see all the textures being put together. Hey Genshu. Thank you. Oh, you can see the rest of the video if you want. Yeah, I think it's looking pretty. Like, it's getting there. We're getting there. And right now I'm feeling like I don't really know if this area should be over or underwater. Because right now, with how I put the lighting, it looks like it's over the water. But my initial intention was to put it under. So let's actually do that in a separate layer. This should be in shadow too, though. I don't know, both are alright. Over or under. What do you guys like better for the thumb here? To make it look more like it's coming from under the water, or like right now, Or like the whole hand is over the water like this. You like under? Yeah, that was my initial intention, but it's when I started putting the lighting, I guess I thought about it like it was over. Then under it is. Popular vote wins. I really like, I don't know if it's annoying to viewers, but I really like zooming out and zooming in again, because you can, like, I feel like when you zoom out you can get a bit of that first impression that people might get when they first see, like, you see just the main things, so it's really good for me to I don't know, feel like where it's going in general. Also, flipping it might also give you some clues as to what is wrong. Alright. It looks a bit weird when I flip it, but I don't think it's like for any specific reason more than it's just how I'm used to, like, I'm used to seeing it flip the other way around. But I mapped that to Control F because I really like flipping. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Actually, I'm gonna recover some highlights from here, because I like it to look like, I'm actually putting some shadows below the hand, because I like it to look like at least this part of the hand is coming out further away than the rest of the wave. So maybe not overlay here, maybe soft light. Yeah, that kind of helps to separate it. Maybe a bit here too. Let's see. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so for the last main element I think we're gonna do today, should we put a surfer in, like, little guy in here, just riding that wave. I'm not good at drawing. I don't know how a surfboard is, really. Woo. No surfer? I think it's being swallowed by the hand. The base wave is a joke. I mean, is it a joke though? Like, oh. Well, I guess it's pretty close to the... Yeah, this guy is pretty far. But it doesn't matter if I crack in dust. Crashing a pesky paddleboarder. Hey, poor paddleboarders. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's I guess it's big waves and small waves look pretty different when they're already crashed, but we also don't have any point of reference. Like, we don't have anything that gives us a sense of the scale. So if you put a little guy, we now control what the size of things are. So maybe to expert eyes, you'll still be able to say, oh, that's a really small wave actually, man. I don't know. Or we can put the guy actually a bit bigger. But then I think he takes away a lot of importance from the hand. Any real surfer. That's true though. What other things did people suggest that I had? I used to have that on a text layer. There it is. Got buried. Fish in the fingernail, that's true. But that might be a bit hard to incorporate in any of these fingernails, I think. Also, a surfer wouldn't be riding in that portion of the wave. Unless they were a helpless noob. Maybe they are a helpless noob, and this is why they get. Large rocky cliffs on both sides. That's cool, yeah. I actually kind of like this background. It's simple, but I think a really busy sky would, like if we did a stormy sky with a bunch of clouds, might distract us from the main part, right? It was going towards the shoulder of a wave. The shoulder is what you ride, right? I mean, this is its own little shoulder, right? We complicate the light. That's true. Yeah, we need to find obviously cliffs that would match this lighting. Maybe like it wouldn't complicate it too much if we put them on the left side. On the right side, it would probably block some of the light, and that would kind of, I think that then it would lose a bit. My project, no, but I like the ideas. I like thinking about every possibility. Let's put a little Kraken eye for who suggested it. Neilith. Even though we don't, well, I don't know if I'll keep it. Where's an octopus eye? Octopus eyes are pretty cool too. But this size don't have much. It's Chad's composite. It is too. I wouldn't like, if it wasn't for your guys' suggestions, it would definitely look different, so. Oh come on, why can't I get a cool close-up that isn't like squished like that? Just want this but close up. Well, I'm sorry, Neilith. I can't find any good pictures to put of a Kraken eye. Naked Ariel. Yeah. Let's see. Well, we had a guy. I saw Shu talking about it. I was streaming like pretty rowdy stuff before on Twitch, so I don't think that guy got banned. So. It wasn't a nude, but it was like as close as you can get, I think. Remove some of those dark edges here. Okay, here's a question specifically for the photographers. How rowdy can it get before you get a ban? Like, is there a guideline or anything? Or are you guys just trying stuff out? That seems dangerous. I don't know. Oh boy. Okay, that is dangerous. There's just a thing of, let's see who gets too rowdy and gets banned, and then not do that. I mean, it's a strategy. It's what we got, I guess. But thankfully, I don't do too rowdy stuff. At least not on stream. I've done a couple of years ago, so I wasn't even streaming by that point. I did a nude calendar for my whole class in medicine, and that we used to finance a class trip. So yeah, that was, and I edited that. That was fun because we did some like weird effects, and I can't really show it on stream, unfortunately. It's not like rowdy nude, it's tasteful, but they gave me some creative license, and every month we did, we're med school, so we did like one different section of medicine. Like 1 month it would be cardiology, so for heart stuff. I don't know if it's cardiology, I guess, in English. And that month we'd do that was really cool one. So there were like 3 girls linked together, like from the shoulders, and I drew on each of them. I overlaid a map of the arteries and veins, so they kind of linked each other's circulatory system. It was very cool. But not for streaming. Not for Twitch, I'm sorry. But yeah, the beauty editing stuff, I'm definitely not good. Like, if I have to do something, I'll probably go crying to Shu and ask him to explain, but luckily I don't get that many things like that. I mean, it's not that hard, but doing it like well, it's more about, it's not that the techniques are too hard, especially if you, like, I know my way around Photoshop and I can do a frequency separation, and I can, like, maybe I have to look it up before I do it, but it's not a hard thing. The thing is, like, knowing what to retouch away, knowing when to stop, knowing when it's too little or too much. That is a thing that is, like, I cannot. I'm terrible. I'm like way too cautious to try to know not go overboard. So I might end up editing, like retouching, like very little, like being very conservative. But I prefer that than overdoing it. Like, if I have to err one side, it's definitely to the side of caution. Things not that hard to... Okay, then I'll get banned. Yeah, it's true. It's basically American... I mean, it's an American company, so... It's like way more conservative in America, right? For TV. Oh, we need... Okay. So, maybe not surfers or stuff, but we need to add a signature. And for those new around here, every one of my edits ever has a signature hidden in it, and it's always the same symbol. It's always this symbol, and I try to hide it in weird ways always. So, like for instance, in here, it's in the cracks on the eyes, or let's see, on the last ones I did. And this one, it's the name of the ship, or, well, you know the drill. It has to be hidden. It has to be like fairly easy to find if you look for it, but not like jumping out at you. Like here in the clippers here. Tweezers, I mean. You get the drill. Where should we hide this bad boy? Because we don't have a lot of like surfaces, or like, we would have to hide it in a natural way, in that, like the water itself. We don't have anything other than the water, at least for now. If we add more elements, we might have more space for that. Like for instance, in this one, I hid it in the in the coral reef, which might be a bit of a hard one, but save the water. Hey Pulsars, thank you. So I'm thinking, like, you see these little things of it's not mist, it's how do you call that, bubbles or whatever. Like this. Foam, that's the word I was looking for. I could make it out of foam, kind of like this one, but more, maybe closer to the lower edge here. Because I don't really have a lot of, in this base picture, I don't have a lot of reference to get foam from, except from the back here, which is it's pretty far away. So maybe I can take it from some of the other ones, like from this one. There's a lot of foam here. We can take a line and try to work with that. I mean, it's not like a very clean line. I think workable, at least. What else do we have? Okay, let's pull up some of the pictures we used. Let's put them on top here and try to find a good one. So we got this one, the one we just checked out. We got this one. Is it? No, that's the one we just checked out. We got this one too, which doesn't really give me a lot that I can use. Actually got this one, which I pulled up for another different edit and didn't use. That's a lot of foam. That's a big line. I could use that. Let's see if we got any other good ones. I'm sure I'd add more. There we go. So this is the one I used for the base of the palm here. And I was kind of looking for this one because it has a pretty clear line. I mean, it's crooked, but I think we might be able to work with it. So here's how we're gonna do this. I'm gonna make a layer mask. I'm gonna just patch this part out, then invert it, and now we just got this line. And yeah, okay, we can work with this. Let's try it out. So we can rasterize it, apply that layer mask, and now puppet warp. This part is very thin though. I mean, I'm not going to use the full length of it. I don't need that much. It doesn't need to be huge. So maybe I'll take this part away. It's very thin. I'll keep it for the line later. And for this part, you can thin it out a little. There we got part A. You just gotta make an N shape, but backwards. That's how it is. You got the trick. That's a secret to my signature. Just get an N and put it backwards. Wasn't a hard trick though. Could figure that out. There we go. A bit thicker. There we go. We're like halfway there. And okay, I'll try to repeat this one. See if flipped, you can really notice that it's the same one. If I cut this part out, we're good. And finally, I mean, the good thing about working with something like foam is that it's pretty malleable. You can really mess it up, and it won't really suffer that much because it's a very abstract thing. Flip it vertically, maybe. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so now we're gonna set these layers to probably lighten, although screen might also be the solution. Lighten is pretty good. This one seems a bit thick. Damn, she's thick. There we go. That's better. There we go. That's a signature. Hidden in the... That's a bit too opaque. There we go. Could I even put it right behind below the wave here? So it looks like it's getting pulled up into the wave. And there we go. That's hidden. Oh, there we go. You can see it. Hidden to my standard. Like hard enough to see that you won't see it at first glance, but if you look for it, it's pretty noticeable. I hope. Yeah, I think it's quite alright. I guess still got some unclean edges here. We could soften a little. There. There too. There, now it looks more like a hole. More than just a few disoriented parts. That's how I usually hide my signature. Well, there you go, you guys. It's been 4.5 hours, so I think I'm gonna leave it at that for today, because then I'm not gonna sleep at all. Gotta wake up early tomorrow. It's getting late here in European land. But yeah, thank you guys for staying. And thank you for the chat, everyone. It's been real nice. This is the kind of streams I love. Thank you, everyone. Really happy with what I've done here today. Thanks, well, thanks True for the picture. Super cool picture to use as base. That's basically exactly what I needed. Thanks Shreddy for the cool wave tips. I think you really pulled this one up. And thanks everyone for chatting. Alright, I'm stumped guys, so see you Wednesday.